Hello. So this is going to be a video designed for balancing our vagus nerve. And if you've never heard of the vagus nerve, it's a very important nerve, particularly for creating balance in the body, which begins in the very base of the brainstem and weaves its way down and kind of out through the tailbone area. Vagus, I believe, means wanderer, which I kind of like. That just means this nerve really wanders its way down the body and it influences a lot of the functions, particularly in helping us find a balance between the sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight, kind of prepare us, get us going. We need that, but it also brings in a balance into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, digest, and heal nervous system. In a general sense, I believe the stress of most lives predisposes us more towards spending more time in the sympathetic nervous system. So this work that we're going to do on the vagus nerve will help to create more resiliency in the nervous system, help us create more balance so that we can a little bit more easily shift or maybe recognize some of those perceived threats or stressors in our lives as just that, perceived. They aren't truly threatening the existence of ourselves. So let's begin. I'll probably talk a little bit more about the vagus nerve as we move through the practice, but I want to get us started. We'll be focusing a lot on stretching in through the neck, this area into the neck and the face, very important for regulating the vagus nerve, as well as talking about the influence that the nervous system as well as the heart and the belly have in kind of informing each other. And our psoas, a really important muscle, but we'll talk more about that later. So let's get started. We're going to start laying down on our backs. And you'll notice I set a blanket up on my mat. I've been doing this sometimes if my back feels a little sensitive. So part of this vagal toning practice is just creating balance in your body, bringing in exactly what you need so that you're not creating stress in one part of your body that might lead to stress in your mind. So this little blanket here can be just a little cushion if you have any sensitivities in your tailbone and in your low back. So again, just lying back, allow your knees to draw together, perhaps your feet to be a little wider. Just this place where you can settle out the back and create maybe a little ease in the front of the hip creases. Maybe right away we come into our breath awareness by placing one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, of course. Only if that feels natural for you. You can always just keep your arms resting by your sides. Let's begin by simply checking in. Sometimes I call it with the state of the state. Check in with your body. Check in with your mind. Do you feel a little amped up? Do you feel a little bit depleted? Just notice your energy. And notice your heart, any emotions. All of these are just cues to become more aware of our bodies. Sometimes we don't even know how our bodies feel. So check in and notice how your body, your mind, and your heart feel. And begin to deepen that breath. Feel the breath come into the belly, a sense of fullness, completion of the inhale. Feel the belly relax, a sense of completeness in exhalation. Just bringing in this deep, full, diaphragmatic belly breathing is one of the best ways to bring tone or balance to your vagus nerve. As you're doing this, remember to relax your face, relax your neck. Sometimes those hidden tensions kind of settle deep into the face by simply relaxing our face, our neck, our shoulders. We encourage the nervous system to balance a bit. And then when you're ready, we'll begin with really gentle, soothing motions. If you're like me and you wear glasses, you might take them off for a moment. We're going to start with just a gentle self-massage to the face. So maybe you take your fingers, trace them up your nose, across the brow, the temples, down through the jaw. Maybe you open and close the jaw, relax it. Just do this in a couple times in a way that feels good to you. Make sure you're still breathing deeply. This gesture of self-massage, soothing, relaxing the facial muscles. You might even move up into your hair. Sometimes that feels good. Just a little mini massage, running the fingers through the hair. Breathing deep. And whenever that feels complete for you, just set your arms down, take a moment to breathe, to observe the effects of that simple practice. And then we're going to take that self-massage down into the neck. Maybe we start by just gently rolling the head from side to side in your own comfortable range of motion. Softening the shoulders. Then letting the head rock a bit to the right. Take your right hand and massage into the left side of your neck. Maybe up into the base of your skull, that place where the vagus nerve begins. Maybe you rock the head a little bit, whatever feels comfortable and natural. Maybe we massage a little bit into the top of that shoulder. Set the arm down. Breathe and observe. Any subtle differences between the sides of the neck. And we'll do that on the other side. So left hand into the right side of the neck. Gentle massage. Maybe into the base of the skull. Continue to breathe freely and deeply. Maybe rock the head a bit. Maybe massage down into the shoulder. And rest. Rest and breathe. Observing. And then if it feels comfortable, keep your arms out into a bit of a T shape. Roll those palms up. Just send your awareness of your breath into the sides of your heart, the front of the heart, the back of the heart. Often we talk a lot about the intelligence of the brain, but the heart and the belly also have an intelligence of their own. A lot of the vagus nerve is sending information up from the belly, from the heart, up into the mind. So we can't separate all the systems of the body. They work together. Our job is to bring in practices that help balance this beautiful orchestra of our own bodies. And then let's take our hands and massage into the belly. Some nice circles. Maybe you move down the left side, across the bottom, up to the right. And just recognizing the intelligence of the belly and how when we soften the belly, when we soften the heart, we create that more balanced place within our nervous system. arms back down into that T-type shape. Widen your feet a little bit, and we'll begin to windshield wiper the legs from side to side. This is one of my favorite practices in yoga. So good at warming up the back and warming up that psoas muscle that runs from it wraps around the thigh and into the back. So it basically combines or connects the top of the body with the bottom of the body. So it's basically the muscle that helps us hold it all together. And sometimes we hold it all together a little bit too tightly and create this physical and emotional tension in this area of the body. Almost like we're telling the brain we're not safe. Let's be on guard. That sympathetic dominance. So allow yourself to linger in one direction. It doesn't matter which. And the feet are really wide like windshield wipers, so we can really open down the front of the thighs. Big, big breath into the soft belly, the thigh. Keeping the face soft, the shoulders and neck soft. And then take it over to wave those legs in the other direction. Feet are a little flexed to protect those knees. Full diaphragmatic belly breathing, softening the front of the thigh. Maybe remind yourself that you are well enough, you are safe enough to be practicing yoga and caring for your own well-being. Whenever that feels complete, come back to neutral. Maybe a little bit more warming up for the lower body. We can draw one knee in at a time, maybe cross the ankles. Just rock a little bit here, or maybe make some nice big circles, whatever feels right in your body. Sometimes when I do this, I kind of rock the head from side to side. And then a whole body experience. Go in both directions. And when that feels complete, bring the feet back down, rest the arms, take a breath or two. Just simply observe any subtle changes in your body, your mind, your energy, and your heart since you stepped on the mat. And then whenever you're ready, we'll prepare to transition, so gently rolling to either side. We're going to find our way into our tabletop position. If you're using a blanket and you like that support underneath your knees, it's right there for you, right there. Coming into your tabletop, so the shoulders are over the wrists, the knees are as wide as the hips. And we'll come right into our cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift tailbone, lift heart, lift throat, soften face. Exhale, bring it the other way, tuck tail, draw belly in, tuck chin. Keep it going. And combining our movements with our breath, a very nice way to calm and soothe the nervous system. Take a little nod to the way this vagus nerve travels up the body. Notice that. We're bringing awareness into the end of the vagus nerve in the pelvis, soften belly, the heart integrating, throat, mind. And then from here, maybe you walk the hands forward a little bit more, just a little movement to awaken the body, maybe come into the sides of the body. We'll take some hip circles. So you're going to inhale, draw the hip down towards the right, over to the left. Focus on the left hand and shoulder, right hand and shoulder. And just circle in this way. In a way that feels good to you. Bringing a little bit more opening to the space around the sides of the lungs, the heart, the tailbone. And going in the other direction. Slowing everything down. If your yoga practice tends to be a place where you move fast and push yourself, consider just turning it down a notch. Quieting and calming that nervous system. And whenever that feels complete, widen those knees, touch the toes, draw the hips back towards your heels, and just surrender down into your child's pose, whatever way serves you. And deepen that breath. Once again, full belly, diaphragmatic breathing. Bringing you right here into the present moment with your own breath, your own body. Whenever you're ready, come back to either finding yourself in a modified hero's pose if it feels comfortable to be on your knees, or you could come into a seated position, whatever serves your body, but bringing in support. So notice I'm going to roll my blanket up. If you had a yoga block, that might work. Set that underneath the hips, or set that underneath your bottom if you're in seated. Take a moment to just find your seat, lengthen up through the crown, relax your shoulders. Breathe fully and deeply into your body as you relax your face. Then we're going to do a few movements to warm and soothe the neck. We'll actually start with the shoulders and chest. So inhale. Open those arms, spiral those thumbs back. Exhale, maybe you spiral forward, tuck your chin. This is almost like a little cat and cow, just a little smaller. Inhale, roll it open. Exhale, under. Starting to kind of awaken around the neck, those trapezius muscles that tend to be tight. And then come back to neutral if your arms are tired. Let them rest for a moment. But we'll come back to the arms out into a T. Roll your right palm up, your left palm down, and take a look at your right palm. Still working the neck, the shoulders. And then flip it the other way. Maybe move with your breath. Inhale, look at that left palm. Exhale, look at the right. Linking up your movements with your breath. Come back to neutral, rest those arms for a moment. We'll add on another movement. Another way to kind of balance out your nervous system, believe it or not, is to try new things, new practices. So, same kind of thing. This time roll that right palm up and let your head just kind of lean towards it. So gentle stretch maybe on the left side of your neck and then the other way. So left palm rolls up, we take a little lead in with the head and back and forth. And just in a way that serves you. Notice we're just creating this little massaging action around the neck, the shoulders. If your shoulders are tired, take it lower. You'll still get the same action. have really small muscles around the neck, so we don't want to overdo them. So if you are having any neck challenges, just take these neck movements a little smaller perhaps. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper into stretching the neck. So take the right ear towards the right shoulder, left ear reaches towards sky, left shoulder roots towards earth. Create that quality of spaciousness in the left side of your neck. Come back to neutral. Other side, right ear reaches for sky, shoulder towards earth, spaciousness on the right. Full breath, soft face and jaw. One more time, come to neutral. Hold again with the head towards the right, left ear reaching up. You could deepen this by taking the hand gently to the head, resting the left arm by the side, and take a few deep breaths into the side of your left neck. You could add movement, turning the nose down, turning the nose up. Just find the sweet spot. Maybe you rotate that palm up and down. Maybe you hold and breathe. Never forcing, keeping that nice softness to the face. Gently guide your head up. Take a moment to rest and feel. And we'll take it to the other side. Left ear towards the shoulder, right ear towards the sky. You can stay here, take the left hand to the head, take the right hand down by the side. Staying here, adding movement, gazing down, point the nose down, point the nose up. And then maybe hold in a spot where you feel some lovely sensations. And guide that head back up, relax the arms, maybe a few shoulder rolls back and down. Just take a moment to notice perhaps that spacious feeling around your neck. Maybe take a moment to turn up the corners of your lips. And any movements that we do to soften the face tones that vagal nerve. Moving us more towards a place of equanimity. Beautiful. So when you're ready, we're going to prepare to transition. So we'll just be coming back into our tabletop. Maybe you wag those hips just a little bit from side to side, release the hips. And then when you're ready, we'll draw back into downward facing dog. So root your hands, tuck your toes, inhale, lift those hips to the sky. And maybe create a little movement, maybe a little movement that you don't normally do. Again, those novel movements. Sometimes I tap the top of my foot down or lift one hand and the other. Wag your hips. Or maybe stay perfectly still. Maybe you usually wiggle a lot. Challenge yourself to do something slightly different in your downward dog. Maybe you always try to get your legs super straight. Nail that yoga pose. Maybe you bend your knees, lift your tailbone a little more towards the sky. Soften the space around your neck as the vagus nerve begins. Soften the place around your heart, your belly. That wandering nerve that runs down your spine. Whenever you're ready, mindfully walk your feet forward towards the hands. We're going to slowly roll our way up. So finding our mountain pose, feet wherever they feel just right for you. Take a moment to just be in your mountain. Maybe you place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And breathe fully and deep. Another way to create balance and tone in that vagus nerve is to lengthen your exhalations. So maybe as you inhale down into your belly, gathering information. Exhale slowly and deeply from your belly to your heart, up into your mind. Send that information back up to the brain. Inhale fully into the belly, maybe a slower wandering exhale from belly to heart to brain. Relax your arms. And let's actually see if we can expand on that with just a little arm movement. So inhale, reach up. Can you lengthen that exhalation as you pass down through the mind, through the heart, through the belly? Again, you don't have to be matching my breath. Full inhale, full exhale, through the mind, the heart, the belly. Finding a place of equanimity between the systems of your body. Like a little moving meditation. Next time, reach up for sky and let's open laterally. We haven't done that much lateral movement, so maybe reach for one side. You can support your head and then the other. Your feet can be as wide as feels comfortable for you. It's apple picking season, so maybe you imagine you're picking an apple and setting it into your basket. Imagination. And then linger to one side. You can keep your hand on your head if that feels really nice. You can take your hand to your hip, a little nod to the digestive system, or down by your side. Breathe down the side of your body from your foot to your belly, to your heart, to your mind. Back up, let it go, roll those shoulders, take a breath, observing sensation on the side of the body that you just created that opening in. More honest, loving communication between your organ systems. And let's reach up and just take that to the other side. Take your hand to your head, hand to your belly, hand down to the side. Keep that tailbone drawing down, belly lightly engaged. The head might just laterally flex to the side. Lots of breath into the side of your body, creating more connections. More communication. And the communication signal we're trying to cultivate is that yes, we are safe, we are balanced. Rise up. We recognize the intelligence of the mind, hands to third eye. The intelligence of the heart, hands to the heart. And the intelligence of the belly, hands to the belly. Beautiful. So now we're going to do just a few more standing poses. This is one of my favorite ways to kind of regulate the nervous system, and it involves shaking. So we're just going to start kind of bouncing here, let the head kind of nod up and down, the hands shake, we're soft in the knees. And we're breathing deep. Maybe we let out a couple audible exhales. This shaking, super good for balancing our nervous system. I like to talk about how animals sometimes in nature, if they get stressed out after, I don't know, some sort of a altercation, they go in a little place on their own and they shake. They shake and they shake and they shake. And then it's all gone. They don't hold tension in their hips. They don't hold tension in their hearts. They let it go. So this is a mini practice you can really do anywhere. I've been known to do it in the bathroom. And add a little twist. It just kind of dissipates some of that pent-up energy, like we get stored up in that sympathetic. Something goes wrong, ooh, we hold it. This just helps us get it out and create that good communication between the nervous system, not letting that sympathetic nervous system dominate. All right, so just take a moment to stand and breathe. You might feel some tingling in your fingertips. Feel that energy, that balanced energy and vitality. And then make sure the feet are nice and wide. We're going to start to twist a little more. So, and the other, that creates this softness in the front of the hip, the psoas, in another area of chronic tension. And that can be physical tension from sitting, but it can also be emotional tension from holding everything together. Maybe you like the feeling of kind of knocking on your back, knocking on your belly. Maybe you like the feeling of opening the heart. Again, our practice is meant to be crafted just for us. So always find that creativity in your movements. And whenever that feels complete, come back to stillness, back into your mountain pose, stand tall, observe, and observe the state of your state. How is my body? How is my mind, my energy, and my heart? Beautiful. So we're going to come to, let's see, the top of our mats. We're going to do just, I keep saying a few more, but just a few more standing poses. Find your mountain. We'll be coming back into a warrior one type shape. So maybe we inhale up, exhale, step back with your left foot, and just widen your stance. So a wider stance in our warrior one really helps to create balance and groundedness. Another part of our practice, getting nice and grounded. So bend into that front knee. The back heel comes back a little further than the heel. We aim, again, it's not the goal, but we aim to shine our belly, our hearts, and our minds forward. And once you feel grounded, take your hands to your heart for a moment and simply breathe. Tailbone is heavy, belly is just soft. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale our arms up. Let them land at your third eye. And breathe. Inviting this balance into the mind, the neck. Next, inhale in a little gesture of trust and letting go towards sky. Reach your hands up. Really open, warrior one. We are warriors for our own well-being. Now pass those arms down. Take the hands to the heart. Next inhale, open the arms up. Again, another gesture to the heart, the intelligence of the heart. Maybe you take a little baby back bend. Listen to your body. Keep that tailbone down, belly supporting. Bring your hands to your heart and take your hands over your belly. You might make this little gesture of a triangle over your belly. And a nod to the intelligence of the belly, our gut. Now pass those arms down. Reach the arms up. Take the hands to your hips and we're going to turn our feet to the long edge of our mat, toes out. We're going to come into kind of a flowing goddess pose. So only bend your knees as much as your knees feel comfortable. We're just going to reach down, kind of cultivating a little bit of earth energy. And then inhale up. That sky spaciousness. Exhale down. Inhale up. Keep it flowing. Notice what comes up for you in this flow. Next time you come up, take the hands maybe down to your hips, and we'll just take those warrior variations to the other side. So the left foot turns towards the back of your mat on that wide stance. You may be faced against me, so you'll just be listening to my words. Kind of another good practice in our yoga practice is to not always be able to see the teacher, listen to the cues, and trust your own innate intelligence to organize your body. So organize your body in warrior one. Again, the intelligence of your belly, your heart and your mind, gazing ahead. Not too far forward though, just in this present moment. Take your hands to your heart. Take a grounding breath. Feel those feet rooted. Take your hands to your third eye, your brow. Breathe. Maybe a bit of gratitude for the way your brain, your nervous system just orchestrates your body, your mind. Reach your hands up, inhale. A nice open warrior one. Hands down and back to the heart. Inhale, open, thumbs draw back, open-hearted warrior. A nod to the intelligence of your heart. Hands back and take them right down. Maybe you make that gesture, make a little triangle with your thumbs and forefingers. Pointer fingers down onto your belly and just breathe. A nod to the intelligence of your belly. Reach your hands back up to the sky. Hands to the hips. Turn your hips again to the long edge of your mat. Turn your toes out. And we'll just go right into that flowing goddess. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So we don't always like to talk a lot about different disease states. But as we talk about the gut, the heart, the brain, many diseases of stress are related to this dysfunction in the vagus nerve. So putting a little control back on us, these subtle practices to create balance and harmony, equanimity within our own bodies. Whenever that feels complete, maybe pause for a moment in star pose, feet wherever they feel best, just arms radiating out to the sides. If it feels comfortable and natural, closing the eyes, only if it feels comfortable and natural. Feel that belly full body breath. When you're ready, relax the arms. Toe heel the feet in a little closer together. And maybe come right back into one more twist. Then whichever way your body is guiding you. Slow it down. Come back to your mountain and take a moment to observe hands wherever they feel guided to be. Maybe that breath is just naturally so much more expansive than when you stepped on the mat. Maybe those exhalations linger just a little bit. Soften your face, your neck, your shoulders, your jaw. Times in our practice when we just pause are really a time for our bodies to tell the mind, everything's safe, everything's good here. Maybe you can let your guard down around your heart, around your belly, and just be. So when you're ready, we'll come back, go to this side of my mat, to the top of our mat. Taking different sides of the mat sometimes can be a nice little nudge to the nervous system. Again, we're not always doing things the same way. We're not always, moving the left side and then the right side, just shaking things up a little bit, literally. So come back to your mountain. You're going to inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Come back onto your hands and your knees. And we're going to go right down onto our bellies. And let's reach back with the feet. This little reach back with the feet, another way to create openness, softness in the front of the hips, the psoas. And then we'll come into just a really gentle back bend, coming into Sphinx pose. So one hand comes forward and then the other, aligning the hands, elbows, the shoulders. If this doesn't feel good on your back, you can be a little bit lower. You can even come down onto your belly. And we're real active with those feet. So we're aiming to invite a little softness in the psoas, in the belly, in the heart, and even around the neck. Relax your shoulders. arms forward, just a good stretch. And then holding opposite elbow. Let's start by just curling that right heel up like you're flexing the foot to stand on the ceiling, and rock that leg just a little bit. Again, softening that psoas. And take it to the other side. Flex that left foot, rock it. And take the feet as wide as your mat, your toes turn out a little bit. Set your head down on your forearms if that feels good. And again, a little wiggle. A little rock in the legs to, again, massage and release the psoas. When that feels complete, settle into crocodile. Forehead resting on the forearms. If that doesn't serve you, you can always put a blanket underneath your forearms. You can turn your head from side to side. Just find a place of ease. If this truly doesn't serve you, you can draw back into child's pose. Take a few very deep breaths. Allow the breath to travel now into your back. With every exhalation, soften the face, soften the jaw, soften the heart and belly. Great pose to linger in. But if you're ready to move on, you can take your hands on your shoulders. Press your body up. And we're going to find our way into a comfortable seated position. For me, I'm just intuitively feeling guided to stay in that hero's pose, but you can take seated, you can take hero's pose, whatever you can be comfortable, wherever you can be comfortable for a short meditation. So again, we're lengthening the crown towards sky, relaxing those shoulders, relaxing the face, finding a place of ease. And make sure if you are in seated, you prop up appropriately. Sometimes in seated, we can kind of undo the work we do on our psoas. So we want to be able to stay relaxed in the hips. And if that means sitting on your couch or sitting in a chair, that's always a good choice. So in this meditation, we're going to guide in with a little pranayama. So chanting and humming are wonderful for regulating the vagus nerve. So some other practice you can do to kind of stimulate that are daily gargling. Anything that just kind of stimulates this area. If you're familiar with lion's pose, I won't take you through it right now, but when we stick our tongue out and all right, let's do it. Let's do 3 rounds. So good. Inhale. Exhale, stick out your tongue. Got it. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Good. Take a moment to notice. So all of those practices actually help us lengthen our exhalation. They also help us improve our immunity. So lion's breath, alternate nostril breathing, chanting, humming, all in my little protocol for immunity. All of the systems link up together. So for this one, we're going to simply do a humming exercise. Some people, when they teach this, they have you block off all of your senses, like your eyes, your ears, your nose. We're just going to do this humming noise just straight on. And it creates that longer exhalation, creates a little humming of vibration. Vibration, great for the vagus nerve, great for your immune system. And it again, lengthens that exhalation. So let's jump right in. You might not be matching me, you might not even be able to hear me, but it's basically an inhale and then a long hum. I'm going to keep that going for just a minute or two, and then we'll let it just morph into some stillness. So take an inhale, exhale, hum. Keep that going. Notice as you're humming, you're also inviting your face and jaw to completely relax. Take a couple more rounds like that. If you feel a particular area in your body needs healing, such as the mind, any nervous conditions, your heart, your belly, or something else, send this resonance, this healing hum to that part of your body. Maybe you allow that to just settle into stillness. You continue to hum. What do you feel guided to do here? Maybe you pause the video and just linger here in meditation if you've been brought into a place of deep healing. If you're ready to move on, we'll just do a few more closing poses together. So I invite you to have your blanket on the ready, or a yoga block if that might serve you better. We're going to lie on our back. Try to keep that quietude about us. Come down onto your back. the legs are bent, we're going to come right into supported bridge pose. We're going to take our blanket or a block or a pillow right underneath the lowest part of your spine. There we go. It should feel comfortable. Should be right around the sacrum, that lowest part of your spine. Your feet are about hips distance apart, and your arms rest by your sides. Palms rolled up. And we simply come back to that deep belly diaphragmatic breathing. If you have any issues with digestion, this might be a time to create just a little bit of that belly massage down to the left, across the bottom, up across the right. And only if it's serving you, if it's calling to you. Only as long as it serves you. Again, without getting too caught up in a breath count, see if your exhalation can be a little bit longer. Just lingering in that exhalation, that feeling of groundedness in your feet, your tailbone, the back of your heart. Just one more movement to open that psoas. So again, you can either keep your blanket underneath you, whatever way feels good. We're going to hug the left leg in and invite the right leg to be nice and long. And soften around your neck, your shoulders, your heart, your belly, and particularly the top of your right thigh. Instead of feeling like you and your mind have to have everything all together, can we just lean into the wisdom of our own bodies to keep things together for us? When you're ready, bend that right leg in, and we'll just change sides, hugging the left leg in. The right leg in, left leg extends to the earth. And remind again and again, neck, heart, belly, psoas. Soften, let go. Trust the wisdom of your body. And then when that feels complete, it might feel good to hug both knees in. You could either put the feet back down onto the earth for your supported bridge, or if it feels good, you could reach your legs up towards the sky. This is our version of an inversion. Very good for the nervous system, the digestive system, the immune system. You could even take yourself over to your couch or your wall, kind of sit your legs up on the couch, relaxing. Or you could bring your legs up to the wall in a way that serves you, or just be like this. Find a place of ease. You could also be back in your supported bridge with your feet on the earth. I tend to want to reach my arms up over the head, maybe a little bit more heart opening. And what does your body want to do here for your inversion today? Continue to slow the breath down. Trust in the wisdom of your body, the connections between the nerves in your body to communicate properly, efficiently. The body always would rather see homeostasis or equanimity within. Whenever you're ready, come out of your inversion nice and gently. Coming back to your supportive bridge. Whenever you're ready, if you have a prop underneath, you can slowly ease it out. You might actually take it right underneath your thighs as you move into Shavasana. If you need any more neutralizing postures, maybe hugging the knees in or rocking, you can bring that in. If you feel ready to move into Shavasana, that blanket right underneath your thighs can continue to invite that opening into the psoas. Support your head in a way that feels natural, but we never want to crunch the head in by too much pillow. That kind of creates a blockage. You want the head to be nice and neutral. Find your way. Continue to feel the rhythm of your own breath, the balancing of your system. And if there's any areas in your body that you would like to invite a little bit more healing and balance, you could place a hand over any particular body part or just send your awareness there. Know that your intention for equanimity and balance is powerful. Remember to soften your face. Maybe bring that Mona Lisa smile to your face just momentarily. Feeling the balanced quality of equanimity, perhaps of peace, of trust, or loving kindness for this very human body. Friends, I invite you to linger in Shavasana as long as you need. Only if you feel ready, you might roll over to your side. Just linger there. Pressing yourself up. And only if you're ready, you might have hit the pause button and just lingered in Shavasana. Finding your comfortable seat. Maybe we place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Knowing with deep reverence that we are co-creators. Co-creators maybe with a higher being, co-creators with our bodies, our minds, our hearts. We choose again and again to bring in practices that bring us into peace and equilibrium. Namaste.